Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues, and today we're going to talk about an issue that's really quite broad. I'm going to give you some very basic insight into it, and that's child abuse. What is considered child abuse? Well, you have to understand when we talk about abuse, we're really talking about abuse or neglect of the child. Those can come in different forms and be subject to different definitions. In most cases, if I had to give a broad definition, I would say number one, it's something that somebody did on purpose. Okay? I suppose theoretically, somebody can be unmindful of something and not do it on purpose, but it could hurt the child anyway. And so you got to look at things. If you smack your child with a wooden hanger and leave a welt on their face, you're probably going to be accused of child abuse, maybe a criminal case, different types of assault and battery, these kinds of things. If you're watching your kid on a picnic table, you're sitting there, the child is 10 feet away on a swing, and the kid falls off the swing by trying to do something daring and hits his face and there's a welt on the face. It's the same result. But the question is that child abuse? One might say that's neglect, but is it excusable neglect? In other words, parents are not obligated to hold their kid with both hands all the time. You're allowed to let your child play, and you know what? Kids are going to get hurt. And that's going to happen, but it's not necessarily a function of child abuse. We do, as parents, we do what best we can do to safeguard our children, but you can't be there all the time for every single thing. I had an interesting case. A lady called me up once telling me that she feels that her child was abused in school. Why? Because the kid was allowed to swing on the swing. There was a teacher there during break time, wasn't being overly attentive. There were probably 20 kids to be attentive to for one teacher, and this kid fell off the swing. And you know what happened? Kid got wood chips in the eye. And she wanted to know if that was abuse. And I said, we went over the parameters. I told her, you never know how these things could work out, but it seems to me that if you wanted to sue the school or make a case out of that, it would be a tough case. Unless that teacher, left and went into the room or left outside, went back into the building, or was around the corner smoking marijuana, it's going to be a hard case to prove. I want you to know something, though. Months later, the lady called me back, and she said, because of those wood chips, I brought my kid to the hospital. They took out the wood chips, and while they were there, they examined his eyes, both eyes, and you know what they learned? They learned that the child wasn't really using the other eye. In other words, the kid was using the eye that got the wood chips in it 90% versus 10% instead of using both eyes 50-50. So what did they do? They patched the good eye, forcing the bad eye to be strengthened and bringing the kid's eyesight to normal level. Had the kid not got the wood chips in his eye, nobody would have tested his eyesight. Nobody would have known, and it might have been too late. My point is, I'm not giving the teacher props for not watching the kid who got wood chips in his eye, but I am saying that, things happen for a reason. Sometimes they happen by reason of neglect. Sometimes they happen by reason of abuse, and sometimes, things just happen. But when they do, it's up to us as parents to make sure to take the appropriate remedy, and you never know what could result from taking those remedies. If you have any questions, reach out, and we'll be glad to help you out.